Hey YouTube, Kiraqualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard market price watch for April 2019. We have a little bit, I would say, of a gap between the next big booster pack. I think the closest one we have, even before the Bermuda Triangle one, would be the Revival Collection. So we have a good increase in hype price for a bunch of different cards, just to support premium format with that Revival Collection, and a bunch of other prices affected from cards from the Bermuda Triangle clan, a bunch of other ones from Vanguard's Deleters that I just wanted to go through with you all in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. So a few cards we have here are the cards from the Vanguard's Deleter booster pack. Now some of the higher up ones are the Delete rare cards, including Gust Blast Dragon, Great All these came out in one booster pack together. You can see very affected price-wise just because of how difficult it is to get the pack itself. I think it might even be one in every other case, when what I believe them being the most expensive ones, then just going down in price from there. Being able to get each one of the Vanguard rares along with, I believe, Grayon from the trial deck and the Koji Ibuki gift marker, which is also the only gift marker in this set that is signed. For the other Vanguard rares, some of the more expensive ones, we have Waving Deleter, Great Gust Blaster Dragon, and also Donterion. The two more expensive ones are Gust Blaster and Great As you can see, Donterion, Zangeki, and also Salute Dragon being in the single digits, so definitely like a risky pack at the moment just to make value on any of the cards. If you're looking to just hold on to the decks, if you have cards from Dark Regulars, Murakumo, and Pale Moon, I definitely recommend holding on to those decks until maybe the pack goes a little bit more of a print, because we've seen Vanguard rares jump up in price otherwise and later on when these cards are more difficult to get a hold of course. Some of the other cards that I want to look at are from the trial decks. We're seeing some crazy increased prices on these cards. The heal trigger from the Ibuki trial deck being the highest I've seen for a heal trigger, Lady Healer of the Torn World, almost at the 50 price range, just because it's so difficult to get play sets of these cards, since you have every card possible from the trial deck available in foil, and you only get one per deck, so you'd have to go through how many different trial decks just to complete a playset. And understandable, since you can get one box of 6 and still not even have any copies of her in those trial decks to pull, of course. Other ones including the other triggers, Asteroid Wolf being expensive as well, and from other trial decks, I would say they're more difficult to get now. The Misaki trial deck and the Naoki trial deck compared to the Ibuki one, they've been out for a good while now. I'd think almost maybe a month or two, which stores don't have them as much. So you can see just these foil cards alone, you get a good chunk depending on which one you get from the pack, since these are ones that you only get the one ofs. You can see Sphere Magus also being in the $40 range price wise, which you can also see here. Just crazy prices just for a card, and the only difference being from the commons are the foiling, but max rarity is a big thing in any card game that you play for sure. So these prices definitely do affect it in those ranges. If you're not looking to complete, full rarity cards, you have these, definitely move them, because they're sure they're sought after. You can get some good trade bait for other more usable cards, helping people complete their decks. A couple other ones, Yellow Gem Carbuncle, not as much as maybe some of the Oracle Think Tank and the Link Joker prices, but still definitely up there for the Narukami fans out there for sure. Some other ones I've been looking at, some Link Joker prices, Star Vaders, generic Link Joker. We'll be going through all of them in this video, but we have, a lot of these cards getting support because we're going to be getting a lot more generic Link Joker support. We received a good amount of it in the Vanguard's Deleter set as well. A big part of it were for the Deleters, but we also have, just generic cards in the form of the Perfect Guards and other ones as well that just are set at a pretty good good price and work very well with, any of the Link Joker decks out that you can see. All those other sets, including the Stargate set, Rondu's set of Chaos and Salvation, all have these different cards that a lot of people can use with just mix and matching the support they want for the specific Link Joker deck out there. And Crisis being one of those cards from Rondu, just as one of the many forms of Chaos Breaker, definitely up there in price for sure for a playset of this card. Over on now to the Bermuda clan, Legendary Idol Riviera being a sort of generic stride, and just with us receiving more generic support for Bermuda Triangle for standard format, being able to mix these cards with premium has affected a lot of prices for cards, Riviera being one of them. I think this is the highest we've ever seen this card being printed for any of the strides out there during this time for Riviera, being in the $15 range at the lowest, then going up from there. For a playset, I think I actually remember her being in the dollar price range, but just, the pack's hard to come by, and people want this generic support, as well as, just maybe ways to mix it in with the Riviera support, and this card's a definite go-to for those cards. Now, this is one that is completely insane just because we don't have a reprint in sight. She wasn't confirmed for Revival Collection 2, so she will not be in that set. But Cosmetic Snowfall Sureyuki, we received Sureyuki in a new standard form in Violet's Deleter, and the fans went nuts, being the most expensive we've seen for a Sureyuki card. This is obviously because of a buyout of the card and no other reason, because all the other cards, including Fantasy Petal Storm Sureyuki, and then the rare version of her stride and other grade 3 are just, very affordable. It's just the stride, the fact that it came out from a fighters collection, one of the more difficult fighters collections to obtain as well, affected this price of this card, which is insane. If, you have these and someone's just valuing these are just overhyped prices, and I definitely would not purchase this card for said price at this value. Definitely not the route to go for sure. Some other cards from the Miyagi Academy, CF Club, Tetra Magus. You can see these cards slowly going up in price just for their usability, with Tetra definitely just being, one of the more generic, better grade ones for Oracle Think Tank in standard format, being able to set up critical triggers depending on whatever deck you're using. Holy Seraph Raphael. I was talking about the Revival Collection and the fact that we have one coming up at the end of April. Raphael was actually not confirmed for that set. We're getting a Gavrail, I believe, one of her stride forms, and with it, people really wanted Raphael for the Revival Collection. I think she was at least generic enough for that set to be worthy, but I guess, it just didn't happen in that sense. But we can see, she's been sticking around this price for a good while now. I don't think it'll be fluctuating anytime soon. Very good card, indeed. So hopefully we either see maybe next year in another Revival Collection, or maybe a promo reprint for premium. I'm sure a lot of Angel Feather fans out there definitely do want this to happen. Same going for Dragonic Overlord, the Destiny. This card was not in the set because we're only getting strides, stride fodder, and also the G Guardians, but the Destiny is very, very good for premium, and we got the Purge in the set, which means that's the Overlord support we're receiving, so just another good card to run with Dragonic Overlord. Hopefully the Great will definitely be well worth it as an added backup to Dragonic Overlord for the full Overlord deck, but I still am a big fan of the Destiny, and you can see its price has just been going up with just a couple more at the $11 range, then shooting straight up afterwards, with the fact that it can just, have easy search for other Overlord cards in the deck and easy retire of circles. Talking back with Riviera, Frontier Star Coral, same treatment, and you'll see it with a lot of Bermuda cards in the weeks to come till the release of the newest Bermuda sets. Just $20 range for more strides. You'll see this even worse with the SPs that we have for these decks. So if you're looking to move Bermuda, always around the time when a new pack comes out is the chance to do that for sure. Cosmo Wreath from Violet's Deleter. We usually see in single digits, even lower than this for Perfect Guards, but being one of the more sought-out decks, more fans I would say for Link Joker, it stayed in the $7 range for a good while now. I don't think it's going to go down. If anything, if you have your play sets or you're looking to get them, I'd grab them now because they're probably just going to go up more when Violet's Deleter just becomes more of a harder booster pack to get a hold of. And we have more booster packs with Link Joker support coming up, so you want to grab these since it's a definite staple. And if they have any type of reprint in the set, it'll probably just be an SP version of her and just more difficult version to get at that. Stellar Magus. Now, this one I actually saw interesting just because I think of the fact that they don't use the actual Stellar Magus as much from standard format. But we see this card going up incredibly in price, also the result of a buyout. I would say a more usable one for like the premium versions of Magus decks. So just one to include if you're not planning on playing premium, but you still have your old Stellar cards and you want to get rid of them. Now's the time. It's reached that price and at that point where it's at a high point for all the fans that do want to play premium with Magus. Same with more generic Link Joker support. Just going back to the fact that a lot of the generic cards for sure are just increasing in price as well, which you can see with cards like Lady Fencer and a bunch of other, Link Joker cards, Genesis Dragon, Messiah, and a bunch of the other ones as well, depending on their use of a card also. Now, this is one, I remember Potpourri being, 50 cents at one time, but being the fact that she's very generic and works with Harmony, and I believe the new skill for Bermuda is Melody, just another card that works very, very well with those cards. So $8 for this double rare. I believe she had even one of the more cheaper SPs from the Academy of Divas pack, so just the fact that she's shooting up, quite insane. I didn't think Potpourri would be the one to have that price increase, but like I said, the return effect with all the other different Bermudas you can do definitely does help for a premium sort of Bermuda. Same with Citron, more generic G Guardians. I don't think she was the one that was confirmed for the Revival Collection either. So just increased prices on more and more Bermuda. You can see Olivia's kind of low there just for the fact that she's been reprinted so many times as well. And we'll have other generic Perfect Guards, so Kukuri wasn't affected too much. But more on the heal triggers, just with more effect heal triggers that we have to go off of. This just is another example with the Kagura one. Being a very popular clan, and the fact that it's going to have a couple booster packs coming up with support. So if you want to, get all your Kagura support ready, then cards like Tara will definitely be a point to focus on for sure. And just for a couple rares, you can see Flying Parrington for more generic Pale Moon support. Maybe I know that standard Pale Moon hasn't been doing too good as a deck, but looking here, maybe premium has some more benefits for the deck. As you can see, Parrington's price increasing as well, just with the different combos you can do with the deck. And back to the Link Joker with Sacrifice Messiah being up there in price. Also, just people holding on, getting ready for the purchasing of all the different Link Joker cards they might need, because I know we're also confirmed for more Messiah support, so this and other cards for premium will be a big impact on the price as well. But that is it for this episode of Market Price Watch. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I probably won't do another update until maybe after Revival Collection, just to see where prices go for a lot of the different cards we get from that set. But until then, I hope you all enjoyed the video. And please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kiraqualia out.